Greetings, citizens, and welcome to another adventure of the Real Comic Heroes podcast. I'm Travis,
And I'm Patrick,
and
coming to you straight from hell.
that's right.
Yeah, good Lord. 2001?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I noticed when I watched the trailer for this, when I recorded the audio for it for last episode, I put the audio
yeah,
recording of the trailer at the end, and so I caught just enough of it that because I didn't want to watch the full trailer because I didn't want to, I wanted to go into this viewing like, unsullied. But I did notice like the music that they paired with the trailer was
yeah,
super 2000s,
yeah,
techno
yeah.
metal punk kind of,
Yeah, it's weird. With a
yeah. I was like, oh,
Victorian
that's what you're
atmosphere.
that's
Yeah,
how you're trying to like market this movie.
yeah.
So, so that was a surprise. But then when you watch the movie, there's none of that,
No, yeah,
so yeah,
yeah.
just a weird marketing choice, I guess, but whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we were just talking before we started about our histories with it, and Patrick told me, well, why don't you go ahead and
Yeah. So I was going to go ahead and rent this thing, and lo and behold, I owned it. Had no idea through some kind of rewards program or something from God knows when.
were you rummaging around the $5 Walmart digital bin?
Yeah, I have no idea. It's so bizarre. I've got a few like that. Like I've got the Robin Hood Russell Crowe movie
Oh, okay.
that way, and I've
Yeah,
never seen it. But I was like, hey, a free digital movie, why not?
sure. Yeah, yeah.
And then I'm sure like another 5 years I'll forget all about that one and be like,
Yeah.
hey, all right.
I own this.
Yeah, so I saw it in theaters. It was I remember liking it
Hmm.
kinda, but I remember being annoyed at the end,
Okay.
like the ending,
Sure.
because and I even forgot rewatching this
Yeah.
that they do show you who Jack the Ripper is.
Okay.
And I was kind of thinking they didn't because I hadn't
Mm.
seen this in so long, and I think that's what I wanted out of the end of the movie
Okay.
is ambiguous ending, like not knowing who did it.
I could see going that way since they have an established secret society that you could easily
Mm-hmm.
say it was all of them. It was,
Yeah,
the group of them doing this. Yeah.
and in a way they were, but
Yeah.
because they were all like in cahoots to some extent. But
Yeah.
it was a guy that you never would have thought had it
Right.
in him. So yeah, I just remembered after I watched it this time around, I was like, oh yeah, that's why this bummed me out at the end.
Mm.
Like I just, but we'll get
Yeah.
into it. What
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
you?
So oddly, I have a very vivid recollection of the how and why I saw this, but I don't remember if we finished the movie. So, and I was telling Amanda yesterday, what we were going to record, and I said, "Do you remember going? We went out on like a double date with a high school friend of hers, and this was 2001, so we were outside of high school, but like I think between high school and college, I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but still friends with a friend of hers from high school. So we went out on a double date with her and her boyfriend and went back to the boyfriend's place or his parents' house or whatever and watched this, on DVD or whatever. And I don't recall if we finished it, if we got through the whole movie and what I thought of it. So I remember where we were and who we were with, but I do
Mm-hmm.
not remember watching, like finishing the movie or having any sort of thoughts on the movie. I knew who the killer was, so we must have seen it, but
Yeah.
I didn't remember the ending of the movie. So it was kind of strange to like know that I've seen a movie, but not have any sort of recall of the movie itself.
Well, I think watching it this time, I can understand why you didn't recall it because it's kind of a weird movie
It
this time
is,
around.
but I had a good time with it this time. I enjoyed it. So
Like it's a lot of characters you don't get to know, so it's like
yeah, they do
it,
throw a lot of people
it
in
feels
this movie.
yeah a lot to the wood chipper real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like oh yeah, I forgot that person was in this, and dead, dead,
Right.
dead. Everyone.
Yeah.
So I could see why you'd be hazy on recollection
Yeah.
because it's a quick movie. Like it,
I don't, it's like 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah.
it gets going like just pace wise. I was thrown
Oh,
off.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, okay, we're already here.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause
So
I started watching it, like last week. I rented it and then made it like probably 3/4 of the way through and then had to stop to go do something. And then I think you and I rescheduled a recording.
yeah,
So I didn't get back to watching this until today. And I just restarted it from the beginning and, watched the full thing through, but then caught the last quarter that I didn't see before. So yeah, yeah, I guess I would say it was a pretty quick watch. Like it moves and it kept me entertained, throughout. So
yeah, it's
uh,
I don't know. I think I have a lot more Johnny Depp baggage this go around.
see, I didn't
So
have that with this.
yeah,
No, I like Johnny Depp. I know that there's some, you know,
because
stuff with him the last couple of years, and I don't follow any of
oh,
that stuff close enough to know
sorry,
where we landed with Johnny Depp.
I didn't
You
mean
know,
that kind of baggage. I meant
oh,
like Pirates of the Caribbean baggage. Sorry.
I mean, I put that in the plus column for me for Johnny Depp too.
Like I kept hearing Jack Sparrow while he
Oh,
was
sure.
talking, like in this movie. Like he
Okay.
had that like kind of like droll, like
Yeah, yeah,
I'm kind of European kind of sound to it. I don't know.
yeah.
That's the kind of baggage I
Okay.
meant. Like
I thought you meant
his
like just
acting work, not
yeah,
his personal
yeah.
life of
I got you.
I don't even know what's going on with
Yeah, yeah. I
that.
I've kind of always liked Johnny Depp and stuff, So
Yeah, I think I used to until Pirates of the Caribbean Part 7.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like I think that character just like kind of destroyed him for me
Mm,
because he did it for so long, and I don't know.
fair.
There's just something about it. Like now I can't unsee that character in all his other movies.
Oh,
But
so I
yeah.
think there's a kind of good run like this and Sleepy Hollow. I'd like to
I
revisit
like
Sleepy
Sleepy Hollow.
Hollow
I
because I
watch
haven't
that
seen that
usually.
since it came out.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I watched it a couple times around its initial DVD release, but haven't seen it since then. I don't think.
Yeah, it's usually
Yeah,
part of my Halloween
is it
rotation.
okay?
Like maybe not every year, but
Sure,
like at
every
least
couple of
every other
years.
year. Yeah, something like that.
Gotcha.
Because I just like that kind of fall vibe. Kind
Mm,
of
yeah.
I don't know. It gets me
Get
into
your
the
pumpkin
fall
spice lattes
Halloween.
and get your
Yeah.
Uggs on and kick back with the ladies and watch.
Watch some dreamy Johnny Depp
Yeah.
looking pale as ever with some Christina Ricci and her uh, equally pale self.
Yeah.
Very, very pale movie.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, we're talking Jackie Rips here. And
Yeah.
I didn't realize, like, until after I watched the movie, because a person I was with, like, we went with some people on our dorm floor,
Uh-huh.
was really into, like, the Jack the Ripper story. I was, like,
Okay.
super pissed about, like, the girl living at the end.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, it's a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she was, like, really into the
And don't
lore of
worry,
it.
another innocent girl got killed.
Yeah,
So
but yeah, I vividly remember laughing at that and
that's funny.
her being pissed at me. But
Yeah.
um, what was I gonna say now? Crap. Oh, just like the kind of history of it, I started digging
Mm,
into afterwards, just
sure.
out of curiosity. I mean, I knew it tangentially
Yeah.
through like pop culture,
Yeah.
but like I had no idea like some of these characters were actual real
Yeah. That
people.
I didn't know that either.
So that was kind of cool. So it opened me up to like some historical investigation. It's probably like my first going through the rabbit hole pre
Okay.
YouTube. So
Yeah.
like it triggered me into like looking up like books and things and
Nice.
kind of I guess that was me getting on the true crime
Yeah.
bandwagon early.
Sure.
But yeah, it was kind of fun. So
I did want to mention at least mention that I mean this is based on a graphic novel written by Alan
mhm.
Moore, who we'll talk about several of his movies coming up in the future: League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Watchmen. What's the other one? Oh, V for Vendetta, maybe a couple more, but
Ooh, those are some doozies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder how happy he is if he's like Stephen King
Oh
and
no,
like
no,
miserable with his.
he's notorious. Like I'm surprised that his name is on this
Yeah,
because maybe it might be everything after this. He doesn't want credited. He doesn't want his name attached to anything. He believes that it, I went through Watchmen, you know, like I'm well aware of his like opinions on movie comics being adapted for movies, and he says that if you turn a comic book into a movie, then it robs the comic book of its like I guess he feels that the goal of a storyteller shouldn't be to have his story told in another medium, if that makes sense. Like
yeah,
the goal of a comic book isn't to be made into a movie. You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's how he, at least at some point that's how he felt about it. I don't know if he still has those feelings, but at some point that's what I paraphrase, but that's
Eh,
basically what he said about it. And so, his name's on this movie. I think this is the last one that gets credited to him, because he just kind of cut ties with, these companies and is like, yeah, I don't want any money from it. I don't want any, I don't want to be associated with it. I don't believe in that, art form as a, whatever. So,
so did
but
somebody else has control over that then? Like
well,
his.
DC owns. Does DC
Okay.
own? Actually, I have this. Not DC isn't connected with this. I was
Huh.
thinking down the road with some of his other stuff.
Uh,
But for this, I did see it was published in serial format. And of course, I didn't write down the name of the magazine it was in. But it came out from in 1989 and ran until
oh,
1998, I guess.
okay.
Um,
So like just wrapped up when they started filming it
I
then,
guess,
or maybe a little
yeah,
after.
I
But
didn't know it was a long form series of, I thought it was just one story, like one collected story, but
uh,
I don't know.
well, I get it
Um,
then because it's like you condensed, you know, eight
yeah,
9 years of story into a 2 hour
yeah,
chunk. Assuming it's just this story that it
yeah,
covers, but um, no, I can get that because I mean, look at video game adaptations. Like
mm,
aside from Minecraft recently, it's not been the best
yeah,
one medium to the other. I give you Borderlands recently. So I can see what you're saying, especially for like a comic
yeah,
book where you are doing storytelling through pictures,
sure,
and it's usually serialized. I would assume for most of them, maybe not
yeah,
Watchmen, but like for most comic books. So
yeah.
yeah, movies are probably the worst medium for comic books. Weirdly,
Uh,
for like trying to like condense that much
mm,
into 2 hours, or I don't know, like that is just a daunting task in my opinion
yeah,
to
yeah,
try to get that kind of to make people happy. I mean, you're going after the people that like the comic books, but
right,
then you gotta also make it not a 22-hour documentary like Ken
yeah,
Burns
yeah.
or something. So I get it.
Looked it up. The publisher was Top Shelf Productions, at least in the United States. In the UK, it was Knockabout Comics.
Hmm.
Um,
Kind of like that one.
yeah, it says the collected edition is 572 pages long. So
That's a good chunk.
yeah, the comic was loosely adapted. Okay, but I don't think this was I don't think there are a bunch of issues of it. I think it's it's or I guess it wouldn't be issues, but that I think it's probably something he released like in little bits at a time. I'm guessing. You
Okay.
know, not quite certain, but so yeah, but that is said. I've never read the book, so I don't know. I don't know how closely this ties to it. I don't know how but I do like the opening has a quote from Jack the Ripper says, "One day men will look back and say I gave birth to the 20th century," which has a nice callback towards the end of the movie. But then we see like I'm guessing it's like either heroin or opium that's being prepared to be
Yeah.
smoked, and then close-ups on you know on Johnny Depp, smoking this stuff and just kind of that whole ritual. So just kind of set up that he's got some vices.
Let's get some demons.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can't tell, like, is he using the vision, like does he get the visions from the drugs, or does he use the drugs to calm the visions?
I
I think
couldn't tell
it's
that either. I didn't know if it was I'm going to use opium or heroin or whatever to stop the visions, or because they happen both when he's on this stuff and when he drinks
yeah,
absinthe, and then he has them when he's just awake and walking down the street later. Like, so there's
yeah,
no. I guess it's there's. It could just be he's like he just has these vices, and it's like maybe this helps calm it, or it's like help. But he's wrestling with some stuff. We'll find out,
yeah,
middle of the movie, like he's got some history of some things that he was trying to forget, I think. So
yeah. Okay.
yeah. See. Yeah, we get like a opening sequence kind of walking through. We're kind of introduced to Whitechapel in
Yeah,
London and sort of this, back alley, kind of dirty, seedy part of London. And I thought it felt very theatrical. Like we're
yeah,
kind of panning through the street, and we just see the little shops and some of the people. You hear a lot of that Cockney, sort of, you know, just people shouting at others. You get the ladies of the evening talking to each other. It all felt
um,
very theatrical, I thought, or felt like I was literally watching a play.
yeah. It looked like what was that? What's the stupid movie? Christmas Carol. It kind of gave me
Okay.
that kind of vibe, like
Yeah. Yeah.
especially like almost like from the movie Scrooged, where it
Okay.
looks like that same like old timey street and alleyway, like
Yeah.
cobblestone. I don't know. Yeah, I got the same like very on the set kind of vibe to
Hmm.
the opening
It reminded me
block.
of what's it called? Audrey Hepburn and Rex Harrison.
I'll have to check out this one.
My Fair Lady.
If you say so.
Okay.
I am a uncultured swine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, this like we were kind of saying earlier, this gets going quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't even get to really know the first lady that gets axed, but I like her,
Mm.
and she's like done in like the next scene pretty much. Like I really liked her in this like little bit of time she had, but she's gone in like an instant.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she gets off.
Like
Oh, wait,
it's basically right after the baby.
that's right.
Like
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So we meet a bunch of the what do we call them? Sex workers,
they are unfortunates.
unfortunates. Yes. Oh, they have a nickname in this movie for them.
Oh yeah, bang tails.
Bang tails.
Yeah.
You know.
Real real subtle.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we meet the group of ladies, Heather Graham and then five or six other ladies. And I did want to point out that, like, when we initially meet Heather Graham, she starts walking down an alley and gets approached by like two guys, basically assault her,
Yeah.
and extort her for money, threaten her. And one of those guys, like he was just in a comic book movie, Ralph Ineson. He's Galactus in the new Fantastic Four. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
the guy with like the scar going down his eye,
Yeah.
who kind
Yeah.
of, not the guy asking for money, but the
Yeah.
the
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 other guy.
the muscle, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, they just shake her down, threaten her. They'll come back and hurt her if she doesn't pay them £4. And so that kind of becomes a recurring, like they're motivated to keep going out at night and
Yeah.
working to make this money, but then that's putting them in harm. So,
Yeah. I wish that guy was in it more, the one with the handy blade.
yeah,
Like it's kind of like he shows up on one other time, and I think
yeah,
that's
he
pretty
pops up
much
maybe
it.
twice. Yeah, I expected more
Yeah.
from,
I
maybe
remembered
that's,
him more, but I guess he just
yeah,
did a good job and he stuck in my head.
right. And maybe that's just maybe in the original story, maybe he's in it more, and here
Yeah.
they just have to
They
cut it
keep
down.
talking about the Nichols gang or the
Yeah,
Nichols
yeah.
boys, but
We
they
barely,
don't do
yeah,
anything.
right.
Like basically he just waves his knife around a bit and that's all you really see of him,
Yeah,
other than like what they tell you.
right.
So yeah, I was kind of bummed out that we get more of that. Because it's weird, like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
But
noticed after that night, it kind of like dawn comes and they all wake up. They're all like tied in
tied.
a row.
Yeah, it's like a church.
To,
Like those are pews. I
but
think
what's the tying them together thing? Like,
I'm assuming it's to keep them in one spot, so they don't go and pilfer something. I don't
I
know.
guess, yeah.
It doesn't look comfortable, that's for sure.
No, yeah. Maybe that's because like if because sometimes they have enough money to rent a room.
Yeah.
So maybe this is like if you don't have money, you go to the
Hmm.
church and you can
It's
it's
like a
like
poorhouse
it's not gonna be comfortable, but yeah, I guess maybe that is it.
or a shelter. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I like that. And I like that they were all like bathing with the drinking fountain.
The communal like trough so they could all
Yeah.
wash their bits and
Yep.
yeah, that was pretty gross.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. And then I guess one of the ex, ladies, I assume she was, they all know her and were friends with
Yeah.
her, so I'm assuming
She was
she
a fellow
she
a
was
lady
in
of
in the in the
yeah.
in the career and then met a guy and he swept her away and they got married, had a kid. But yeah, she I was like, you brought your baby to a brothel. So
Yeah.
nothing like dumping a baby, on your friends at the
Yeah.
whorehouse to
Oh,
watch a kid for you.
her brain's probably riddled with syphilis as well,
That's
so
true. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, her, says her husband's coming back into town and he'll pay the money that they
yeah.
need and
And then you get the big bad showing up to scare the driver,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
who is, obviously the red herring of the Jack
Oh
the
sure.
Ripper,
Yeah.
even later when
There's a
on.
few of them, yeah.
Yeah.
The driver I wanted to point out, that's Jason Fleming.
Uh,
And he's kind of one of my favorite that guys or just you know minor sort of character actors. He's been in a bunch of Guy Ritchie's stuff. Like he's kind of one of Guy Ritchie's guys.
okay.
And
Was he
that
was he in Extraordinary Gentlemen
yes, he plays
as
Hyde or
yeah,
the
okay.
yeah he's the
Yeah.
big monster.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that. I love that character in that movie. I mean, there's not much great stuff in that movie, but that
Whoa,
character
spoilers.
is. But he was also in before this. I don't know if you remember the 1994 Jungle Book live action movie
Oh
that
no.
Disney did. It had yeah, Jason Scott Lee. It had Lena Headey, from Game of Thrones. Like she was the young, starlet in that. But Jason Fleming was one of the like British officers.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always dug that guy, but he will be in, or he's already been in, but we'll see him at some point in X-Men First Class. He plays Azrael, and
Oh, okay.
he's the red version of Nightcrawler. Basically, he teleports and has a tail, and
Gotcha.
he's he's Nightcrawler's father. So
Gotcha. Cool. Would not have known that.
yeah, and he's in makeup, so you don't ever see his face, but yeah,
Yeah.
that is him.
So
But yeah.
my favorite lady gets got in the alleyway after
Oh yeah.
what's her face gets kidnapped and the Good Prince, spoilers,
Mm-hmm.
is taken away.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. So it kind of starts this like mystery. So you kind of have a couple mysteries in this movie of like, the Hooers are getting killed, and then the
former lady and her
yeah,
new man are being kidnapped for some
right.
reason.
So you got those two things. Of course, by the end of it, we'll find out they're all related. But
Yeah.
um,
We get to pop into the den of opium,
mm-hmm.
or as they
Kind
like to
of
say, chase the dragon over and
yep.
over in this movie. But
Yeah, and we see what's his name? Hagrid.
oh, Robbie Coltrane.
Robbie Coltrane. Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes in. He's good in this movie. I like him. He's like at first I thought he was Johnny Depp's boss, but then you
Yeah.
find out, that by the time they start really interacting, he's calling Johnny Depp's character Frederick, like he's calling him sir. So,
Yeah.
but at first it came off for me that the roles were reversed. I thought, but
Well, he did slap the shit out of him. So.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we get our first vision of, I guess, I don't quite understand the timing of his visions because it's not the lady that just got killed. It's the
Right.
next lady, like
Yeah.
a day or two later.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of wonkiness with his visions and ability
Yeah.
that are kind of just glossed over, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, he gets the vision, and then they go to see the body in the morgue. This isn't one
yeah,
of the crime
yep.
scene investigations, but yeah,
She just got
find out
dragged
that
into an alley, and
yeah,
yeah,
and
that's
it goes dark with like they don't show anything, but it's like
no,
what they don't show kind of it's sort of the not revealing the shark and Jaws. Like it kind of is that sort of
that's your
effectiveness.
imagination.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Although that you got proxies there that are vomiting almost,
yeah,
like
exactly.
flies buzzing around, and
Yeah.
like
I feel like
yeah,
that to me is more effective than any of the other stuff. If flies are already like on the scene, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like if they're already buzzing around, that grosses me out more than
because they're obviously like underground. Because that's probably
mm,
the coolest place you can find at that
yeah,
time.
yeah.
So it looks like a catacomb of some sort.
Hmm.
So I'm guessing it's cooler, but I wouldn't
Yeah,
call it freezer level.
sure.
So I think the flies are going to make themselves at home, unfortunately.
Hmm.
But yeah, just the descriptions and yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, right. I forget what we learn about that her body and what state it's in, if anything.
Removed her livelihood, is what he
Okay.
said.
I couldn't remember if that
So
was this one or one
yeah,
coming up, but okay. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, there's Jack the Ripper is he's cutting pieces off and
And
uh
speaking of, we get a nice stroll from a kindly gentleman with some other generic-looking mustachioed men.
yeah, oh yeah. In the hospital.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like a tour guide.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's
we
no earthly idea of why anyone would think this guy could do what he does in this movie.
right.
Like he looks frail. He's Bilbo Baggins,
Yeah.
whatever. The wimpy priest in Fifth Element
Yes.
is probably what I best know him from.
Mm.
Um, like, there's no part of me that believes for a second that he can
Yeah.
pull this stuff off.
It helps later on. I mean, spoilers, Ian Holm is the bad guy.
Yeah,
It helps when I think later on in some of the revealing sort of visions that I think the driver is plays more of a part. Like he was, I think, holding one of the women
he
when
does when she runs away,
yeah. So I just kind
but
of I think maybe he's helping a little bit more than
yeah.
with the rest of them. I don't know, but yeah,
Uh,
and they point out like his right arm I think is kind of useless,
yeah,
but I guess maybe not when he's in kill mode. Yeah, I don't know. So
yeah, 'cause he always does the backhand slash with his
yeah,
left hand,
yeah.
and
Oh yeah,
um,
but
and he even says, you're looking for somebody that's a lefty.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
um,
But yeah, Ian Holm is playing Sir William Gull, who is a real person and who was, I guess in real life was suspected of being Jack the Ripper. But I read, did I write it down? No, that he was suspected, but it was like there wasn't enough like to not convict, but like there were certain things that
yeah,
like there was plenty of holes in that theory, I guess,
yeah,
of probably as many holes as there are like things that line up. I don't know, but
no, no, it's an old cold case for sure.
yeah,
So,
but yeah, he was an English physician and all that.
but we get to see is this a variation of a lobotomy?
This is a
Like,
lobotomy, yeah, yeah.
so I've
Or I
seen
mean,
some where they go through the eye, like the corner of
oh
the
sure,
eye.
yeah,
This one's like temples
three
and then the
points, yeah,
forehead. Like, what
yeah.
the hell's the forehead?
I
It's
don't
all
know,
bone.
yeah,
Like, it's solid bone.
yeah, yeah. But they
And he
they
just
they
goes tap.
so they lobotomize Annie, the girl, who brought her baby to the brothel and just happened to be the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, well, not kind of. She's when they abducted the guy, she was also taken. She ends up here in this, essentially insane asylum where they lobotomize her. After questioning her, they did question her briefly, asking her what she knows or something like that, or who she's told. And she doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. So they just lobotomize her to keep her quiet.
Yeah, messed up.
Yeah, yeah.
Although she was probably going to die of syphilis, it turns out. So
Sure, sure.
she was on a rough road no matter what,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. There was a something that Ian Holmes says. You know, they're kind of zooming in on him as this procedure's happening, and he delivers this line where he's like, he says, "Thanks to this simple procedure, we can now alleviate this poor girl's suffering." And it's like, you bastard, you know this girl is completely innocent, and this,
Mm-hmm.
by doing this horrible thing to her, you're alleviating her suffering. It's so fucked
Yep.
up.
Yep. I like that they even like, and I know some of it's for the procedure, but they cut her hair like she's a
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
person.
yeah.
So, but yeah, that was messed up. I was like, oh yeah, and I hated that pompous like
Oh
new
yeah,
guy, like the young,
the young surgeon,
yeah.
the other red herring.
And I thought he was going to be in it more, and again, he was not
Right.
in it that much. He like has a couple cameos.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
It's so weird. Like, there's no characters really, other than Johnny Depp and
yeah,
um, Mary Kelly, was it?
yeah,
Mary
yeah.
Mary
That's
Kelly,
Heather Graham.
Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I felt like everyone else was just expendable.
Mm.
Like even Robbie Coltrane, I thought he was going to be in it a lot more,
Oh, sure.
at least in my
There's a
head. But
there's a lot of characters. Yeah,
yeah,
because I
and
thought
I never
even
got attached to like any of these people.
okay.
Like,
Yeah, yeah. We have Polly is like the next girl to get, she's the next victim basically, and she has a run in with McQueen, who's the guy who assaulted
yeah,
Heather Graham. But so he comes after Polly, puts a knife towards her eye, threatens
yeah,
her, and then like in the next scene, she hooks up with a guy, gets paid, and then gets attacked by Jack the Ripper.
yeah.
Um, and then this
That's
one lines up with Frederick's vision of
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
the night before. So
I thoroughly enjoyed a little, perhaps inside baseball
hmm.
on this, but where she's tricking him into thinking that he's going to town.
Yeah, yeah. He,
I liked
he's
that
like,
until it didn't work out, but
sure.
I
He's
thought that
like,
was pretty hilarious.
are you just slipping it between your legs? No, no. That was funny.
I
Yeah.
was like, oh god, yeah, but
There's a really cool camera move and transition when Jack the Ripper is like going to work on Polly. We really he's obscuring her. Like we can't see her much, so we just see his back, and he's obviously moving his arms and going to work on her. But this cool camera move where it comes down like over his head and then to his back, where we see most of that sort of like him doing the surgery and stuff.
yeah,
And then he packs up all of his gear and he just walks off. And the camera never moves at that point. And then it transitions to like daytime, and
yeah.
a
It's
cop,
like,
comes down the alley, notices the body, calls it in, and then it's like the time progresses even faster, and we see like
yeah,
all the crowd, and eventually like
yeah,
Frederick and Robbie Coltrane show up. So just really cool like way to show the progression of time, sort of the speed lapse or time
yeah.
lapse of how that was done. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked throughout the ones that are out in public,
Hmm.
just the public's pure
Yeah,
like
yeah,
fascination and curiosity, because that's how people. I
sure.
mean, there was no TV,
Yeah.
like nothing going on really, other than trying not to get syphilis,
Hmm.
and like working 20 hours a day. So I could definitely see this being like how it was. Because I
Oh
know,
yeah.
like I don't know, it may have been before this time, but around this time, um, I remember watching something where they'd have like executions, and people would
Oh,
make a Sunday out of them or a Saturday
sure.
out of it, and you'd
Yeah.
have like execution brunches, and like people would like look for seats at the pub
Yeah.
to get a good view of the gallows, and I'm like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
different time.
It's not hard to believe. I mean,
Yeah,
like gladiatorial stuff used to be
yeah,
entertainment.
yeah.
It's kind of, yeah, we're barbarians.
You're
Um,
disgusting.
yeah. I like when he's on the case. It's a little Sherlockian.
Yeah,
It's like he's looking at Polly's body. He determines like, there's no blood spray, so she was moved here.
yeah,
It happened, at a I guess, early enough because she's not wet from the
Yeah.
rain. And then he finds the sprig of grapes, or
Yep.
the stem from the grapes, which I didn't know that grapes were like, you know, an expensive rarity at this time. But yeah, I did
That
look.
makes sense.
Yeah, I looked it up, and
It's
it
a
is.
perishable item, and
Yeah, I think they were just a little more exotic, I think, at this time. Um,
I assume they were mostly used for like booze, like
well,
grapes in
yeah,
general.
yeah. So,
um, but yeah, I wasn't surprised by that part.
yeah.
I was surprised when he like started sniffing her lip juice,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah,
it's like, oh, gross.
yeah.
At first, like when I remember when I was watching this for the first time, that I thought he was trying to detect like some kind of knockout
Sure.
stuff, but I
Yeah.
saw her get strangled in the thing, so I'm like,
Hmm.
what is he smelling?
He'll eventually explain that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
and that one may have made more sense. This one
Hmm.
didn't because he
Oh,
like
right,
killed her right away.
because he leaned over her lips and smelled, didn't he? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
this one he like wipes her mouth and then like
Yeah,
sniffs it up. But I'm assuming he's smelling the same thing that
I think
laudanum.
so. Yeah.
But
Uh,
well, I guess I was his early victim, so he was still
mhm.
learning his game.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get to go back to the morgue and see some more disgusting stuff that luckily they don't
Mhm.
show.
Yeah. Yeah, but this, like, I think feel like this one's it plays like it's more horrifying for
Yeah.
everyone else. There's a interesting scene where like Frederick goes to his boss, like the chief of police. I don't know what his name is or what his official.
I always get confused with this guy because I
Okay.
thought he was also in the group of guys taking the tour. He's
Oh,
definitely one of the uh,
Masons.
Illuminati,
Yeah.
Masons, whatever the hell.
Yeah. I think, yeah,
Um,
he has that, like, it's that time where all the old men had like the big bushy facial hair, and yeah,
it's like, just
some
shave the chin,
some of
please.
them are, yeah, easy to get mixed up.
Such a weird look.
Yeah, but like this scene, he goes to this guy, his
Yeah.
boss, to report his findings, and he's instantly like, well, this couldn't have been done by an Englishman. Certainly
Yeah.
not an educated Englishman, or. So he starts pointing the blame at like the Billy the or Wild Bill, traveling circus that's in town, and it's probably one of the red men who
Yeah.
wandered off and decided to, you know, they're
And
savage by nature, so they
yeah,
probably did this. And then he goes from that to like saying, "Oh, it was probably a Jewish, tailor,
butcher
tailor
Taylor.
or
Yeah.
butcher." But then I noticed, like, so he's throwing out these wild sort of, could be this or that, or he's basically telling Frederick like, "Oh yeah, it's not an Englishman, it's one of these other unsavory
Yeah.
characters." But then, as soon as like as soon as Frederick starts to question him, he's like, "I want proof. Go out
Yeah.
and get proof." It's like, wait a minute. You don't have proof that it's, a Jewish tailor or butcher or a red man. You don't want proof. You want, you know,
Yeah.
and we'll find out. Like, he has ulterior
Yeah.
motives and stuff, but it's like, it's just weird to have him saying, "I want proof. Go pin it on these,
Yeah.
other people." So,
Yeah. And that's the part that annoyed me with the ending.
mm,
Because I was like, so did a Jewish butcher get nailed with this? Like,
right. Yeah. Yeah.
I know they never really got anyone, but
Yeah.
a lot of these movies are like, well, too bad we can't find somebody. Find somebody anyway that can take the heat for this,
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
They'll do that, eventually in this movie, but
Yeah,
let's see.
we get to trip some balls and some absinthe.
Yep, he does his little absinthe ritual and takes a little bath and has a little vision.
First time I ever heard of absinthe. I
Oh, okay.
was watching this movie.
I think
I don't think I ever knew about it before that.
I think I had heard about it just shortly before this, and like my senior year of high school, it became like a thing of not like I didn't have an experience with it, but like the mystique of absinthe was,
Hmm.
you know,
Well, you must have been cooler than
popular.
me.
I listened to some Marilyn Manson in high school, like
Oh, nice.
around this time. So that was definitely part of his like sort of culture, yeah, whatever. So
So, the funeral.
yeah,
Surprised there was that many people there,
I'm surprised. Yeah,
or that
that.
they even had a burial.
Me too. So I started to look into it because I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
They're trying to get like 4 pounds together to pay off the Nichols boys, but they can have a funeral. So I looked up, I actually looked up 18th, or no, what did I pretty much went literal. I said, how much like funeral burial costs in Whitehall, Whitechapel, London, and then, in 1888. In Whitechapel in 1888, burial costs varied significantly based on class and income. A decent
sure.
working class funeral was a significant expense, often costing a few pounds, and was paid for through insurance or burial clubs. And then, so it says that respectable working class burial could cost around 2 to 4 pounds. So, given the fact that they're trying to scrape together 4 pounds,
Yeah,
it tells me like this probably isn't like, as I kept reading, you could also get a state funded funeral or a pauper's funeral,
yeah, that's what I
pauper's
was going with.
burial.
Yeah,
So it's unlikely that they would have been able to afford a funeral.
yeah,
This would have probably been a pauper's burial where, it was, she was just buried in an unmarked, unceremonious,
yeah,
coffin and unmarked grave and all that. So,
yeah.
um, so
Don't get me
yeah,
wrong; they didn't do a great job dropping the coffin and
yeah,
having their face
yeah.
up. But yeah, we get to have our meet cute.
Oh yeah. So then the ladies get together and they rent a room and discuss kind of what they're going to do. And one of them suggests, like, well, let's go to the paper. Let's tell the story because you saw, some well-to-do people drag Albert, I think is what
Yeah,
he's going by, Albert and Annie out of the rooms and whisk them away. So it's like, let's go, you know, blow some whistles. Then they get kicked out of that room because they're, you know,
too
it's only
many.
supposed to be one person in the room and there's four.
Yeah,
So they get kicked out, and basically it's like, well, I guess we're out here in the middle of the night, so we might as well go do some work. And of course, that leads to, another setting up another victim, I think, but not before we see like the rarest of roast beefs being eaten by,
yeah,
Jack the Ripper.
oh yeah,
And then he gets like a suit up sort of montage, like a
yeah.
little, you know,
Very Mason-y suit up. Yep.
yeah, I kind of like that.
And
Um,
bummer of a painting.
oh, yeah, yeah. I was just kind of skipping through the movie to sort of catch up to where we are. In his absinthe haze, that whole trip, that's when we see that he had a wife.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think he talks about it.
She
Won't be
says,
later when he reveals that she had a
yeah.
kid. Yeah, yeah.
I figured
But
that's how she went,
yeah,
but
yeah,
he actually does say it later.
yeah.
And we get some sweet game from the coachman, picking
Yeah.
up that lady of the night.
Yeah, he picks her up and offers her the grapes. And I think this is, did I write down her name?
It's weird. This movie actually doesn't have like X-ray on it on Prime.
Oh, huh.
I usually cheat by using
Hmm.
that.
I think I wrote down Annie as the next victim, but that's a mistake
Yeah, who
because,
knows?
yeah, because Annie's the one who got abducted. Oh, wait, I think it is Annie because there's Anne is the
Uh,
girl with the baby. This
yeah.
is Anne. This is Dark Annie is what they call her.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So yeah, she's the one
Uh,
who gets it next.
is this the intestines around the throat
I
one?
believe so.
Like in the yard?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is the one. Yeah, that's she ends up in like the courtyard, backyard area, and
Yeah.
then all the neighbors are all looking, and yeah, this we get another good investigation of this murder.
Yeah. There's like
Um,
a layout of coins and like
yeah,
stuff in like a pentagram.
and yeah, he does the coins on the eyes to so she can
Yeah.
pay the ferryman when she.
Spoiler alert, those ain't gonna stay with her. So good luck.
There's a interesting scene where he goes back to the his boss. Frederick goes back to his boss and says, like, I need a new surgeon. The one that is down there in the morgue, he can't even keep his stomach when he's doing autopsies or whatever. So, but then
Hmm.
that gets denied. But then he goes to this sort of medical, I don't know what you'd
Yeah,
call this sort of medical oddity
yeah, it was weird
convention, gathering of medical
because
professionals.
I think they were like donating money to treat the elephant man,
Yeah. I,
like
I don't
randomly.
I don't know if that was the what the goal is there, but yeah, I
Because
think
they're
they do
writing
say
checks
something
of some
about,
sort.
yeah. I did notice like that's Prince Albert writing checks. Like,
Yeah,
he's
I
spoilers,
don't
Prince Albert is the mystery man. But yeah, I was surprised to see the Elephant Man, John Merrick.
know.
Who there's I looked up, I was a little confused because I've always heard he's called John Merrick. But then when you look up John Merrick, you get a Wikipedia page for Joseph Merrick because apparently that was his real name, but sometimes he was called John, or he was called John for the oddity circuit, I guess.
Okay.
But and then in this, he says Mr. Joseph Merrick, and someone corrects him and says John Merrick. So they kind of flip flop it in this
Uh,
for some reason. But yeah, I was didn't remember this, there being a John Merrick segment in this movie. But then I looked up John Merrick or Joseph Merrick, and yeah, he was in like active in Whitechapel in the 1880s. I mean, he would have been in this same time period, like, if there was, I mean, there was a Jack the Ripper, but like they would have not crossed paths necessarily, but yes,
yeah,
they were both like a thing in the same time, same place. So,
I like,
um,
I
it's
like.
interesting that like they add him into this story.
Yeah,
So,
it was weird. I forgot about that part. I was
yeah.
like, oh yeah, random. But my favorite is the lady that goes, "Oh, he should have been
Oh,
killed at birth."
oh, I know.
I was like, wow.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the young doctor is looking like he's looking at the greatest thing he's ever seen. Looks so happy.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, and then we see that Frederick is in the room. He's sitting in the back, and he's like, we can kind of understand like his plan is to go recruit a new doctor because he needs an expert. He needs someone
yeah,
better, even though he was told not to do this. But I guess this is just him going rogue. So he approaches the young doctor, and I thought like the young doctor reacts like, well, no, I won't be helping you. You should go arrest the Jews and Orientals. Like he just instantly plays this race card. You have like,
well, yeah,
which I know
that's
like
what they did.
in this place in this time, yeah, that wouldn't have been strange, but like it seemed weird that he was so anti police. But then knowing what I know, but when I got to the end of the movie, oh yeah, he has no interest in helping. It play like when I first watched it, it plays as if he thinks he's being suspected of the crime
Yeah,
when
yeah,
and he's trying to like throw Frederick off the scent. But then now by watching the end of the movie, it's like, oh, I understand. You are part of this whole thing, so you are gonna bristle at Frederick, just as a matter of principle or whatever. So, but yeah, then he gets sort of saved in this room by Gull by Ian Holm, and basically is like, yeah, you don't belong here, do you? So they have a
yeah.
nice, scene together where
I
it
wrote,
kind of,
I wrote down. Then they go and play Pictionary
yeah,
with a shitty drawing.
yeah. They it's like it kind of feels like an interrogation, but then at a certain point they're both kind of interrogating each other because this is where I mean like Frederick is asking Gull like about all the surgery aspects of it, and he doesn't suspect Gull of anything because he's this frail old man, and he even says like, yeah, I had a brain spasm a couple months ago and I can't do surgery anymore. But then at a certain point like they start talking about the like, how did you know it was laudanum? It's like, oh, I smelled it. It's like, oh, how do you know what laudanum smells like? Well, how long you been
Yeah,
chasing that dragon? I think he even
yeah,
says. So it's like they're kind of interrogating each other a little bit.
yeah. I like looking back on it. He's like, it's like, well, whoever did this was really awesome at this.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, the skill. Oh,
Hmm. He was probably a genius, and he probably had a massive penis too.
yeah, yeah. Did this in the dark,
Yeah.
like one-handed, left-handed, of course, but not that I would know. But
Yeah.
yeah. I just, I love how braggadocious it sounds now.
Yeah. I didn't pick up on that initially, but yeah, that's good.
But yeah, I liked him. He was a good
Oh
character until
yeah,
he totally went over the hill and
sure. Yeah, yeah,
kind of went, I don't know, like it, switch got flipped.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's an interesting throwaway sort of moment where we're in the streets and we see Prince Albert, and he's like he's looking fancy. You know, he's got the
Hmm.
sunglasses on, his mustache and beard are like, on point. He's got the top hat on and all the finery or whatever, and he's just going out picking up hookers, you know. So and that was it. Like I think it's either it's still a red herring of like, oh, maybe it's Albert doing this. I don't know if that's what they want us to think. I mean, because I don't think anyone ever suspects him, other than Frederick suspects him, but the
I
audience
think,
doesn't need a scene to make
nah,
him seem like a suspect. But
I think they gave it just for that lady's line.
yeah.
Suck the
Oh yeah, I
Thames
suck the
dry.
Thames dry.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I totally didn't notice that.
She could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
It was just hilarious. That's the, I don't know.
Yeah. We get a really good scene. We go to the royal palace, I guess, and we see Queen Victoria, and she's asking Gull, their family physician is
Yeah.
Gull, and they're asking him about her grandson Prince Albert's malady and like what his treatment is, and it's like I don't think they don't explicitly say that he's got syphilis and is just riddled with syphilis,
Yeah.
but it was kind of a cool scene.
Definitely downplayed it.
Yeah, yeah. And then yeah, we get a interesting scene where we catch up with the driver, and
He's freaking out, man.
yeah, he's freaking out and he's hanging out with Jack the Ripper. Like he's just in there and he's like,
Well, he's a manservant, so
yeah, yeah,
you get a bunch of exposition and
yeah.
probably the most fun part of the movie because you get the little bluffing his way into the office of the special
Oh yeah.
forces group or whatever the hell they're called. This,
Yeah. Frederick goes on an investigation because he
yeah,
suspects that it's the guy who kidnapped, Anne and
yeah,
Albert. Like he suspects he's the a possible Ripper. But yeah, he goes to investigate. I don't know how he knows like what to look for or where to look. Um,
maybe he had a
but
dream about the library
yeah.
of binders. I don't know, but it's funny that he like knows that he found that particular binder. Like when they
Oh,
go back up there.
yeah, yeah. I just looked at my notes, when because Frederick has another kind of meet cute sort of scene with
Yeah,
Mary. They go to the bar. He buys her dinner. She tells him all the stuff about what she saw that night when Annie and Albert were abducted. So she tells him about seeing Kidney, the guy with the knife that we saw at the start of the movie. So that's what tips Frederick onto Kidney. And yeah, he goes to he's like an agent for Special Branch.
yeah.
And then, yeah, does all the digging there. I thought it was weird that Robbie Coltrane's character is outside playing lookout, and his plan is to set a barrel, like a exploding barrel on fire and rolls it into the,
It's like free Ireland or
yeah,
something.
free Ireland, It's like, I mean, as far as distractions go, like that works, but I mean, come on, man, did it need to be that big? Like,
Yeah, a whole barrel of gunpowder.
yeah, yeah. And then Frederick and Mary, they go to visit Anne. They find out she's at this hospital. They go to
Mhm.
visit her and find her, clearly having been lobotomized, and they get like a few broken words out of her, but nothing that seems coherent at the time. But
Yeah,
then after that, they have a nice like sort of scene together. They sit on a bench and talk about, this is where he reveals his wife and kid. Like she died in childbirth to what he was told was a son.
yeah.
Um, and then he takes her inside to look at some of the paintings that are in this. I don't know where they're at. Um,
Some kind of art museum or palace or I
yeah,
don't know.
I couldn't tell like where because they were at that hospital, but then they're
Yeah,
outside in this nice courtyard, and they go inside to a, you know, the place was like a painting gallery, you know. But yeah, she sees a portrait of Prince Albert, and then she realizes, oh, Albert, I don't remember if there's a
Al.
Al, yeah, like that they're the same person.
Yeah.
So then we start to kind of reveal like, oh, there's a element here of like he was not the person he said he was. He was hiding this side of his life or whatever. Um, but
Didn't really hide it too well if he's
yeah,
incognito as Al. So
yeah,
they'll never figure it out.
no, yeah. Frederick goes back to Gaul, tries to see him, get some information about Prince Albert, finds out that, he finds out that he's got syphilis and all that, and that that he's the royal doctor,
Yeah.
basically. But that
This
he's not.
this is where I lost his thread as Sherlock
Okay.
because he's like, oh, it had to be the prince, like
Right.
forgetting about the whole like medical knowledge piece of the
Yeah.
puzzle.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Granted, he doesn't know about the syphilis eating his brain yet, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I did notice that he was left-handed, Prince Albert, because when he was writing
Okay.
that check, he was lefty.
Oh, good call. I'm sure that's exactly why they showed that to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. There's a bunch of crap I noticed this time around because I
Okay.
knew like I'd seen it before, and
Yeah.
now I was like started kind of pointing things out. Like they were
Yeah.
showing us a little earlier.
I definitely noticed the right hand sort of weakness that Gull has.
Yep.
So then we go to like a Masons meeting, kind of our first look at this underground Freemason society thing where they're inducting the young doctor into this circle of, nut jobs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is so weird.
Yeah, but we do see the police chief is one of them, so it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I guess, and Kidney's there, and it's like, oh, well, I guess it makes sense that you're kind of a shithead.
Yeah.
We catch back up to Frederick, and I don't know Robbie Coltrane's name
Yeah, I don't
in this,
either.
but they're kind of going through the evidence, what they've got, what they can do, and then they receive a package, and it says it's like half of a kidney
Yeah.
of I don't remember if we know who it's from, but or
No, we
like
don't.
whose body it's from.
Yeah.
But then
Assume the
he's
last one, but yeah.
yeah, and then he says like, well, put out an arrest for the Nichols, Nichols boys. Just to, I guess, get them off the street because they're
Yeah.
still a threat. But yeah, we haven't seen them in a while, and it is kind of weird that like there's a lot, built up about them, and now it's just arrest them, and then from here on out, they're not a threat. They don't matter at this point. So it was just kind of strange. Like, yeah, what was the?
Yeah, I think it's more to just make sure that she stays off the street than
Yeah,
anything. Because like I think earlier on he said like when she was gonna be witness or whatever, he's like, yeah,
yeah,
but he may go for a couple of years, but his gang will kill you or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
So I think it's just to get him off the streets for a few days to
Right.
buy him some time.
Yeah. So then we have a scene in the bar where the girls all kind of regroup, and
Yeah.
yeah, there's three of them left, and then one of them, Liz, brings another girl with her. It's like, so we're adding people to the,
Yeah.
to the story. It's like, okay. At first I was like, why did they bring this girl into the story? And then once I realized, oh, there's a reason to introduce someone who Frederick hasn't met yet and doesn't know about. So
Yeah.
she has a purpose. It's, it's kind of her purpose is to die. We don't really learn much about her other than she is kind of like not in a relationship, but like, I don't know, go anywhere. But
Yeah.
let's see. So let's see. Oh, then Fred and Mary have a scene together where he explained to her what's going on, gives her some money for like a place to stay to
Yeah.
keep hidden, keep out of sight for a couple days. Don't go out working. Don't go out anywhere. Just stay hidden. It gives her money. She tries to kiss him, and he's like, "No, no, no, no." And then she gets upset, thinking he's thinking that it was a kiss for payment, but in reality, it was a genuine kiss. And then they get a sort of a passionate sort of kiss.
Yeah, I'm guessing, especially back then, it's got to be some serious stanky breath going on.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
That's just laudanum and cigarettes and God knows what else.
Yeah,
Because there sure ain't toothbrushes or hygiene other than the trough. That's what I can't get past these period pieces.
yeah. You
Yeah,
mean in 2001 when they're filming this movie, right?
oh yeah, yeah.
Boom.
Roast.
Roasted England.
No, like it's the same thing with westerns. Like it just
Yeah, yeah.
grosses me out. Anytime there's a brothel, I'm like, ugh,
Mm,
that's gotta be so gross. I don't know when that started, but
I don't
like
know.
it wasn't always like that in my head. But
Yeah.
now it's like been unlocked and can't be put away. So, anywho, I think what's the girl that's got a taste for the ladies?
Liz.
Liz. Yeah, I think she's next on the hit list if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah.
She brings that girl back, and she doesn't, take on the advance too well, so she
Right.
goes off drinking or something.
Yeah, she gets in a fight and leaves, and then I feel like we get
And then the other lady is like going out like right after her,
yeah,
like in the middle of the night, and just gets got like right away. Like,
yeah, but not until the till Liz, Liz gets picked up by
yeah,
Jack
this
the
is
Ripper.
the pacing that gets weird on me.
Yeah, but then that like attack it's a botched job. It's
Hmm.
like he doesn't. Someone happens to walk through the sort of scene, and then or she that's right, she sees the knife before he's
Hmm.
able to use it, and so it just throws everything off. Like it just becomes more of a less of a precise surgical kill and becomes more of a attack. You know.
Yeah,
Um, but then there
and
is a scene in like we cut back to Frederick and Robbie Coltrane, and they're having a conversation about what all this means, basically, and the fact that the baby that Prince Albert and Anne had together would be the rightful, would have a legitimate claim to the throne. And
yeah,
then so they start to kind of piece all this together of like, oh, so some people, uh, Ben Kidney would be, he'd be the sort of person that would be in charge of like sweeping all this away. So,
yeah,
and then he finds out he goes to like almost like an evidence locker kind of thing, and the guy reveals that when Ben Kidney was in the service, he was assistant to a surgeon. So it's like
yeah.
he has surgical
Knowledge of some sort.
knowledge, yeah. So that just adds to the sort of mystery. But
Yeah. So they find her after the botched job, and there's
yeah,
a weird scene of the throat cutting. It looked like, I don't know. I didn't like the looks of that. It was kind
it
of,
looked very like practical,
yeah,
in
but
a
like,
way of, but like a puppet sort of
yeah, it was
thing.
like
Getting,
watery and like, I
yeah,
don't know. It was, it was weird looking.
yeah,
But they
uh,
find her, and then this is where the timing gets all screwy because
yeah.
the other girl's out looking for
Yeah, I think it's all happening at the same time because it's like but like enough time has passed that the police have shown up to Liz's crime scene,
her.
and
Oh, that's right,
then
because he's
Frederick
found
starts
right
to,
away. That's right.
yeah, because Frederick kind of like starts walking off, and somehow he gets a vision like in the moment, like he puts his hand on a
Yeah.
wall and he like gets some sort of vision. So I don't know what that was meant to, if they'd shown us Jack the Ripper like putting his hand on the wall, like making contact with that same wall previously, like maybe
Yeah.
I could understand, but it just happens. So I don't really know. So he senses something. He's walking down the street and he senses something and he starts to like pick up his pace. And at the same time, it's cutting over to the kind of the final or like the other lady who went out into the night. Yeah, she gets her throat slashed.
Yeah.
And then as Frederick is like running to get there, he gets jumped. And it took me a minute to figure out who these guys were because I didn't at first recognize any of them.
I knew the headbutt guy
Okay.
as one of
Up
Kenny's guys, but
on my sort of rewatch, I was like, oh, he's one of,
yeah.
Kitty. I thought this guy was just a police, because he says like find someone to pin it on and get the job done. So I thought,
Yeah.
oh, he's just a fellow inspector and he's just like a dirty cop and was, so he's part of special branch, so he's not
Yeah.
far off from being but yeah.
Yeah, I only remember him because he looked like a mafia guy from like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
20s or something.
It looked like at first I saw him, I thought, oh, this is the Nichols boy, like
Uh,
coming back for revenge. But then
sure.
because he kind of has a similar look and similar like silhouette when he's walking through the shadows. But then it wasn't him. I was like, why are we introducing more new characters? But not realizing that this guy had been on screen before, but he's just a background guy. So then at this next crime scene, he's got Jack the Ripper had like taken some chalk and wrote, something about the Jews will
Not take.
basically
Yeah.
blaming the Jews,
Yeah.
and,
The Jews are not going to be blamed for nothing or something like that.
yeah. And then the old man, the old police chief shows up and says to his people, like, wash that off of the wall, like destroy evidence. And this was like, I didn't understand this, at least in my initial viewing, because earlier in his office he
Yeah.
said, oh, it was probably a Jewish tailor or butcher. So,
Yeah.
but now he doesn't want the Jews to be implicated. So I didn't understand where that change came from. And I don't know if I fully understand it, even knowing what I know, after this. So
Yeah. I mean, he even put the with the bloody apron down there too.
yeah. And he
Underneath it.
says that he doesn't want it to like start a riot or something
Yeah.
like to that effect, but it's still like, why do you don't seem like you care about these
I
people.
I think now he realizes it's a bigger deal than it was at the beginning. So he doesn't. I
Okay.
mean, he's still the chief of police, so he doesn't
Okay.
want like to lose face probably and
Could be, yeah.
lose order, since it's gotten escalated so heavily.
I guess once Frederick starts to kind of throw him around and threaten, demands sort of justice, basically, like I guess he does. The old man kind of indicates like we're taking care of this, like
Yeah,
we'll handle this, So I guess that's why it's like don't blame the. I don't know.
yeah. I think early on it was easier to just blame somebody, not
Yeah,
knowing it was going to be
yeah,
this big of a ordeal.
yeah. So let's see. Then my next note is that he gets high again, but I don't remember like does he go oh, he goes back to the opium
Back to the
den.
den. Yeah,
Okay, that's right. And yeah, he gets high again and he has a vision about Mary being killed. But he also has like in that vision, it's like all of the suspects. So we see every man basically that we've seen in the movie, you know, in sort of in that setting or whatever.
yeah.
So just to kind of like show us like who all the possible suspects are. And I think like he at some point he wrote a letter and took it to the bar and left it with the bartender of like give this to Mary at some point. So we see her go to the bar and pick up that letter. And that's when I was like, she goes back to the house and we see Ada again. And now it's just her and Ada. And I'm like,
Yeah.
again, why are you here? And then it dawned on me like, oh, right. We need another victim
Yeah.
that Frederick doesn't know about, so that he can suspect that it's really Mary.
So does the driver not know what she looks like, or do he just not
Um,
see her that well because she was laying down?
I don't
Because
think well,
that's the part that threw me off is like the driver like pokes the rag out of the window and looks in
right.
and sees somebody. I just can't remember if she was like turned away maybe or because
Do you,
presumably he knows
yeah,
what she looks like. Otherwise, what is he doing?
I didn't get the strong sense that they care who the victims are. Like it never seemed to me like that they were specifically targeting any of these specific ladies.
Well, they
Um,
were picking the ones that were at the wedding.
oh shit. Okay. I totally forgot about that. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yes. Because they would be the ones who know.
or the
Okay.
witnesses. Yeah,
Yep. I totally missed that fact. Yeah.
but
Okay. So yeah, so then they suspected that they were killing Mary.
mhm.
Yeah, because they also didn't know about Ada. It's dark, she's laying in bed, sleeping, so
Yeah,
it would be easy, I guess, to think that they've got the right person. So
you got darkish, reddish kind of hair.
yeah,
If aren't paying attention in the dark,
yeah.
I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I completely forgot that it is about silencing witnesses and not just because like Jack or Goal, like he has motives about revenge
Mhm.
of just killing prostitutes, like because it'll be revealed in the next scene because like Frederick goes back to Gull and they have like a conversation that I don't know if it's like at a certain point Frederick realizes who he's talking to,
Yeah.
or if it's like he knows when he goes there,
I think it's while talking
Okay.
because he asked, when did they come to you? Or did they come to you for assistance or something like that? Because he knows there's a Mason connection or
Oh,
whatever.
right. Oh, because of the arrangement of the coins,
Yeah.
kind of that ritualistic kind of stuff. Yeah, that's right. So
And then
yeah, it's
he,
like in this
yeah.
conversation, everything is sort of revealed. Um, Gull sort of outs himself, and takes credit for being Jack the Ripper. And where was I going with that?
Yeah, once he starts talking about the like
Oh, right.
symbolism, he like starts getting all weird and creepy.
Yeah, his
Like,
eyes turn black and he starts to talk about having these energies. Like all
yeah.
the victims happen in specific locations, I think based on like a five-pointed star, I think. And yeah, that's when he starts talking about this is all about taking revenge on the prostitutes for giving Prince Albert syphilis and ruining his life's work, basically. Like
Yeah.
because he was the doctor for that family,
Yeah.
so like he sees it as his life's work is all for nothing because Albert's going to die of syphilis and not produce or not, I guess his heir won't continue.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, so it's like he's doing this for some revenge thing, but then the Masons are just trying to sweep everything, you know, make everything kind of go away and bury the story about, Prince Albert and Annie and the baby and all that stuff. So it's like there's two things going on, but they are connected.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the black eyes thing is all about.
He's pure evil.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
They kind of just go off. I guess he gets knocked out by Kidney and
That's right. I was wondering how they go to another scene where, yeah, where
Jack goes his way, they go another way.
that's right. Yeah, just so Jack comes upon the house and kills somebody, kills Ada, and they conceal it, of course, so we're not sure which one he's killing. But
And Kidney gets dragged across
oh,
the
that's
street.
right. That's right. He gets
He
like
go.
fucked up by that carriage.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then we got oh yeah. So Jack goes to the house, he does what he does to Ada, and then he has visions of his own and some delusions where
Mm-hmm.
he takes out Ada's heart and he's talking about, oh, the heart's this powerful muscle and
Yeah.
takes a long time for it to burn, and he throws it in the fire, and then it's like it in his mind he's giving lectures, so it's
Yeah.
like his expertise is still valuable, and he's in his head he's talking to people, and then he like he flashes to suddenly being in another room
Yeah.
with like surrounded by other the medical people, probably. I didn't know what that was all about. It's like it's just purely his delusions, like he's probably on laudanum too. I mean, I guess is the maybe the idea there.
So yeah, I kind of thought this was all part of a hedging your kind of bets kind of thing with like how far they wanted to go with calling out this specific person.
Oh,
Because then they could
okay.
say, he had a brain stroke or whatever it was,
Right.
and that's what triggered him into this, hallucinating. Like
Okay.
he's got the energy and the power and
Yeah.
all this other weird crap at the end. Because like even like light starts showing through the window,
Yeah.
like there's something supernatural going on,
Right.
but like they don't really say anything
Yeah.
about. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like I don't. I'm not a big fan of the ending of this movie.
Sure. I was really tripped up because because we see obviously like Jack kills Ada and does like dissects her and all that stuff, and then it just cuts to a little bit later when the police have all arrived, and
Yeah.
Frederick shows up, and he's of course thinking that this is Mary,
Yeah.
and they let him goes in and sees everything, and then comes out and comes basically attacks the old man and threatens him, and Then it cuts to, I think the Queen
Yeah.
getting a report of like,
What's
you
he
know,
what's he been up to?
yeah, well, yeah, basically everything. She says, oh well, we don't condone his actions. We don't condone Gull's actions, but I mean,
He got the
hey,
job done.
he got the job done, right? So
No,
then
it's
I
just
thought, wait, what the hell happened with Gull? Because I was like, did I miss something where he got apprehended? I didn't, you know, I was
oh
thinking like,
no.
obviously it's like next we see,
Yeah.
but it's like for a second there it was like people are reacting as if he's been caught,
Yeah, I
but
think
we never
everyone
see,
else knew about because I mean you
yeah,
drag the Secret Service guy through the street and somebody's gonna
yeah,
say something.
yeah.
So I took it
Um,
more like everyone's had enough of this shit.
yeah,
And like they're
yeah,
just like, okay.
right, yeah. But yeah, so though I guess thankfully, I guess the next scene is the Mason like tribunal or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the one guy, I don't know what his role is, but he seems to be like in charge. It's him and then the police chief and then the new doctor, the young doctor. It's
Yeah.
like they sort of look like this tribunal, they're all trying Gull and finding him guilty, and Gull is just like, I am so far beyond you, you mere
Yeah.
mortals. Like, we're not peers, we're not colleagues, you're not fit to judge me and all that. So uh
Those eyes aren't black anymore, at least.
no, I was surprised by that. I thought they would be black. But then like I thought it was kind of a surprising move. Like they just lobotomized that bitch.
Uh,
So they're like, yeah, we know how to solve this problem. We'll just, and I do like that, like the three strikes of the gavel
yeah.
are the three strikes of the his temples being caved
Yeah.
in. So that was, pretty satisfying sort of ending for him. It was kind of weird that Frederick isn't the one that captures him and like has a big, epic throwdown with him. But I guess what do you do with this old man, and
Yeah,
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
understand why they didn't just kill
Yeah,
him.
I kind of dig the lobotomy thing because
No, yeah,
it's
I get it, but it's
yeah,
like, well, like you could have just said he had like another brain
yeah,
spasm and
yeah.
called it a day.
I guess, yeah.
Just seems like a waste of a cell.
Oh, yeah. I suppose there's that.
Then you'd have
Uh,
to explain why you like lobotomize.
yeah. Well, they could
uh,
say like, yeah, he had another one of his episodes, and he's like, he was
yeah, I
delirious,
guess
and he was,
not untrue.
they needed to, relieve this poor man's suffering.
Yeah, fair enough.
you know. And then of course, like we find out that Mary has like taken the baby and gone to back to her village because she's kind of been talking about that throughout the
Yeah,
movie of like, oh, one of these days I'm going to back to my village on the coast and all that. And he has a vision of that apparently of seeing her in that place. And
it's like
and
how
then
much money did he give her?
yeah,
A nice cottage with some sheep.
yeah,
Nice. And it's a happy ending.
that's right. Everyone lives happily ever after.
Yeah.
Cut two. Yeah, he just we cut back to Frederick and he's back at the opium den
yeah.
and he's like he just
You know what? He died doing what he loved.
he did he just ODs and that's it.
Credits.
Robbie Robbie Coltrane shows up,
Yeah.
puts the little coins on his eyes, little nice callback from that moment. I did notice that this must be several years later because it opens like close up on Johnny Depp's eyes, and
Yeah.
they did just enough makeup on his forehead, like just enough like um wrinkles, and then when they show him, they show his full like kind of a medium shot. There's just a hint of gray in his hair.
Mm.
It's not overdone. It's not,
Yeah.
so this must be like 10 years later, maybe five, maybe not
Yeah,
that.
because the girl's
Oh,
like
that's right. The
older.
girl is grown up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's right.
She's probably at least 10.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I guess he just lived another decade but he did say when they were talking about, oh, are you going to go follow Mary and be with her? And he's like, no, I'm going to stay here because if
So,
I leave, they'll
yeah.
follow me and know
Yeah.
that Mary's still alive. And it's like, I don't know, dude. I think you could sneak out in the cover of darkness one time, and just go be with her if you want to be with her. I don't know. I thought that was kind of a weak sort of, oh, I
I,
can't possibly leave and go be with this woman. I better stay here and protect her.
yeah,
You know?
and especially then, like
Yeah.
it's not like you get on like a couple ships, you're good.
Yeah. But yeah, so with the ending like that, it's like, fuck off, Alan Moore. It's just so bleak, you know.
Oh yeah,
But
I mean, it's not like the true events had a happy like go
that's
lucky
true. Yeah,
time. Like
it's set in a very bleak time in
yeah,
history. I guess
it's a commentary on the
yeah.
depravity of man.
I wonder if it's like, no, we're not doing a sequel, and here's proof.
Yeah,
But that's from hell.
yeah, that is.
Yeah. What would you say your villainous moment is?
This planet, these people, they are nothing to me.
You were made to be ruled.
The universe's power! You unstoppable power! Come to me, son of Jor-El! Kneel before Zod! And I am that force! I am that power!
In the end, you will always kneel.
Kneel before your master!
That's definitely the lobotomy of the girl.
I went with that too, and then it's
That's
like,
pretty harsh.
yeah, definitely. But then I started thinking about it as like, there's a bunch of women being killed in this
Oh, yeah.
movie. Is a lobotomy
I think that's even worse. You're like trapped.
right?
Like
Yeah,
at least
it's hard
if
to
you're
say.
dead,
Like,
you're done with. But
yeah,
man,
yeah,
like who knows like what's going on?
right. I definitely went with the lobotomy as well because of it is that like she didn't deserve it, you know. I
Because I think
mean,
all
but
the kills he like
none of the
secretly
women
burned.
deserved it, you
No,
know. But yeah,
uh,
it's messed
that
up.
that was just more diabolical.
Yes,
Like, so
evil.
that's why I put it
Yes,
in
yeah.
that category.
But it's
So
interesting, like when you think about it, that choice wasn't made by Jack the Ripper. He's not the one that said, you know, oh, we need to take this girl and do this to her. This was the special branch, the Ben Kidney
yeah,
and the doctor and the I guess the Masons and the Queen. Like they're the ones that, you know, basically wanted to
yeah,
silence her. So it's not even like the villain
it's
who,
the monarchy.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's definitely the
Yeah,
most evil thing, I think. But yeah, there are still a bunch of victims in this movie. So,
oh, yeah.
um, most heroic.
I believe there's a hero in all of us
I just finally know what I have to do.
that keeps us honest,
I'm here to fight for truth and justice in the American way.
gives us strength,
You will give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards.
makes us noble.
And I know in my heart that it's right.
Well, I'll let you go.
I guess I gotta say Mary for just picking up and going to get the baby and leaving this life.
Yeah, that's a good
Um,
call.
you know, it's she gets out and I you know hopefully gives the kid a better life probably than she would have had.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, fresh air at least.
yeah.
I'm going like my guy was getting his ass handed to him in this movie, but he actually did some damage in that carriage. So I'll give
Yeah.
him props for that and taking out at least one of the two big beds,
Nice.
or not so big beds, but
Yeah. Yeah.
just beds.
Right on. All right. What would you how do you want to rate this puppy?
I do not know.
Okay. Well, I mean, I like I said, I enjoyed it. It was I didn't like going into it. I thought this was going to be because no one ever talks about this movie. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't get praise. It doesn't even have a bad reputation, from what I can tell. Just
Yeah.
nobody talks about it. So
It's an
I went
afterthought.
into it. Yeah, I went into it with like no expectations other than like I know I'd seen this movie and have no memory of it. So I kind of thought like it must be bad, right? So going into it, my expectations were real low.
Yeah.
Like there was some of the character stuff, like you know, it opens with all those like very theatrical Cockney sort of, you know, that felt a little fake. But then once you watch the movie, it's like, oh, it warms to you, and you know,
Yeah.
but like, I liked everybody in it. I thought you hadn't seen this, so I did want. I was hoping I could ask you like, when did you figure out the killer, and you know that kind of thing.
Oh, I
Um,
didn't figure it out
okay.
until the time he revealed it when I first saw
Okay.
it.
I can't remember. I mean, you know, I
I thought it was gonna be the young doctor.
okay.
When I first watched it.
See, and I've at least always remembered that Ian Holm was the bad guy. Like he was Jack the Ripper. So I'd be curious for a first time watcher, like when do you know who the bad guy is, who Jack the Ripper is? Um, but like, yeah, I thought the movie looks great. It's shot well. I liked the some of the transition scenes where it's like it's just a silhouette of London at night and the sky's red. It's very like Batman the animated series that way. So it's not really natural, but it just thematically helped sort of the tone of the movie.
Yeah.
The music was really good. So like I'm giving it a 4. Like I enjoyed it.
Okay.
So
yeah, I probably would have given it a 4 after I saw it initially. I liked it. This time around, I was just like, I don't know. It's not very cohesive. It's just like kill, 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 red herring, red herring. It's the old guy that looks like he can't do anything.
Yeah.
And like the Nichols thing, I was more interested in. That didn't really get any payoff of any kind.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then I don't know. It's like they're being like not blackmailed, but threatened to give this street gang money.
Yeah.
What's keeping them from just going to another part of England?
Probably territory. It's probably like, oh, this is our, we're not welcome over there, maybe, or like we can't work over there because other girls are working over there. Or
maybe for the rest of them, but Heather Graham could have been in any town.
Yeah,
she's like
she had options.
She's like the Derek Jeter of unfortunates. Just saying.
Yeah.
But no, I just thought that was. I figured I would, if I was in that situation, I would try to just get out of Dodge. Just go somewhere else. It's not like they have union cards. Like, oh,
right.
It's not like Jay and Silent Bob.
Local 501.
Yeah. So it was just. I was a bit more harsh with it this time around.
Okay.
That was part of it. And I just forgot how quickly they ran through those girls. Just, boom. So I mean, I still like it. It's not the best. I could see why it was a meh.
Yeah.
I think it got beaten out of my memory by Sleepy Hollow. Another period piece of sorts.
Yeah.
Around that same time. So I'm going probably just with a 3.
Okay. So like 3.5 would be their average.
It's not bad. It's just I have no desire to watch this anytime soon again.
Yeah.
And obviously I didn't after watching it the one time.
Fair. And for me, a 4 is probably a little higher than, maybe next time I watch it, it might drop down. But like right now, it feels like I really liked it. I think it was very well made, so I'm curious.
Made me want to research.
Yeah.
Afterwards. So it did something. Like it's not like nothing.
Yeah.
So
it's I'm just curious about like what was the critical response or what was the reception?
I don't think it was it didn't do that well from what I remember. It was just like it didn't bomb or anything, but
I kind of think it kind of did.
I think it barely.
E Online stated this film is 2 hours of gory murders, non sequitur scenes, and an underdeveloped romance, and gave the film a C-. It's like, I kind of get that.
The romance part was kind of stupid. Anyway, it was shoehorned.
Yeah. But then Roger Ebert gave it three stars out of 4. Leonard Maltin gave the film 3 stars.
Box office wise, I don't think it did gangbusters.
Yeah, grossed 31.6 in the U.S., 74 worldwide. Finished first place in the box office, beating Training Day, Riding in Cars with Boys, and The Last Castle. And then it dropped to third place on its second weekend behind K-Pax, 13 Ghosts, and Monsters Inc.
Wow.
So, okay.
Wild ride. Yeah, I mean, I remember people going to it, but I don't remember it having like a big following. But yeah, I mean, it's all right.
Yeah, it definitely sparks that interest in like, I would be interested to see some more Jack the Ripper stuff or like listen to some podcasts about him. And
so I think they're close to or maybe they did identify who it was potentially through like DNA or something.
Maybe something in the last
don't know
couple
if it's-
years. I can't
yeah.
remember. Yeah,
I
does
feel like I read a headline like, "Have we found Jack the Ripper?" Or
may
something like
have.
that.
Now that you say that, it does seem slightly
I haven't
familiar.
been keeping up on my Jack the
No,
Ripper research.
right. It's a very cold case.
Yeah, but so
Oh,
what
yeah.
we got?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about that. So
Okay.
I added some stuff to the list that wasn't on. But it's like because I ended up going through like almost a rabbit hole of like what else, what other comic book movies are there? And then I found some that I thought were, coming up. But Lara Croft Tomb Raider, not comic book movie, video game, but
Okay.
like, it feels in our realm.
You're gonna make me do this, huh?
I mean, and then I added Jet Li's The One, which I found out was, I
Oh.
think, based on a comic.
I could see that being a
Yeah.
comic, yeah.
And those both
I wouldn't have
came
thought
out in 2001, so I
Okay.
added those after this.
that. Okay.
They probably came out before this, but like we're still in 2001, so I thought I'd mention those, see if you were into doing
Sure.
those. And then what was the other? Oh, what about the Underworld franchise?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've only priced in the first 2 or 3.
I think that's
so
where I'm at with them too. Yeah.
I remember liking the first one at least.
Okay.
So yeah.
So
I'd be-
and those will be like 2003, so those are a little bit down the road, but okay. So then that means next time we'll do Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Angelina.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. It's been a minute on that one as
Yeah,
well.
I haven't seen it in, I've probably only seen it once.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
I
cool.
remember the video game.
Yeah.
It was the first time I remember playing something that had like a person,
Oh,
not like Mario or
sure.
well, yeah, like a polygonal person. I should
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, all right. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. So yeah, we will be back with Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Until then, stay safe out there, citizens.
We are running out of time. And if we fail, we must wait another 5,000 years.
Well, I don't know about you, but that's more time than I'm prepared to commit to this enterprise.
This summer, the planets will align.
It was the Illuminati who swore to bring their ancestors back to life.
Time will stand still.
Have you ever heard of the Clock of Ages?
It gives its possessor power of the light.
And the fate of mankind
Eternal hell revives!
will rest in the hands of one.
Don't start.
You're quite an authority on things ancient and mythological.
That's why I travel. It's an ancient clock. It was hidden in a secret room. It glows, but it's getting brighter, like it's counting down to something.
You can build, destroy, move back and forth through time. The future is yours now, Lara. You're the only one with the strength to destroy the power of the light. We can be partners.
You might try to kill me.
I'm not going to kill you.
I said you'd try.
Time to save the universe again, then, is it?
Absolutely.
On June 15th, the biggest adventure of the summer begins. Angelina Jolie is Lara Croft.
This is where I start to have fun.